Oh shit.
Yeah. Hey guys,
Shit.
shit son. Welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike and he's Jay.
He said shit son.
And this is the spoiler review. This is where we drink a beer.
We change it up every time. We were drinking mix earlier.
And we just kick it back and we just talk. We let it all hang loose. We let it all hang out
I
there.
don't want to do that. Am I wearing pants?
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie. We watched it. We watched a movie. Yeah.
Only watch this review if you've seen Superman. We won't even go into the plot because if you've seen it, you know.
Okay, so let's jump into the spoiler.
What? Best special effects of all time.
Oh my
Let's
god.
just start it off.
Guys, the special effects. Avengers was great. I loved it. I thought Avengers special effects were good. Thor's, Captain America's, whatever. But I'm talking about scale. Transformers, Avengers, stuff like that. Great big special effects. But it's like they were using Windows 98 software. And then somebody got in their head and they said, no, I can do better than that. Let's do Man of Steel. Windows fuck bean power! and it was like this fucking guy going, boom, boom, let's do it right. And he was doing all this magic in the back room.
Yeah.
And Zack Snyder was like, oh shit, what's wrong with you? He's like, I've got the magic. They're like he was writing. And he was just making all this fucking shit happen. You're like, holy
They
fuck.
made it rain.
I know, and it was just like, you got so involved.
That's what Zack Snyder was in the background. Just like, make it rain.
It was. And then the guy was like, should we stop him? He's going crazy. Like, let the man do his work. Like this guy doing this.
That's the thing. Well, a lot of people had problems with the way that they like sorted this movie out, the way they told the story. They kind of like jumped around a little bit. That was cool with me. I've seen a million superhero movies. I don't need to see the same boring old origin story. Meet the bad guy with 20 minutes left. We get the battle out of the way, and then we wrap things up.
Yeah.
This movie was like an hour and a half of fuck me. There was an hour and a half
That's
of
a
just
long time.
Yeah, you got good
Have you been
stamina.
taking Vicodin?
And it just kept going and going and going. And the action scenes just like, oh, we're crashing through another building now. We're going through another building
Oh,
now.
man.
And what the fuck? The way that Superman kills Zod,
God.
that was so fucking
And it's
epic.
and it's not just epic as the fact how he did it. It was just like so much emotion was going through his mind
my God.
because like Zod is getting ready to kill these this little group of family, and he's like, and before that he had said, I'm gonna take every single human from you one by one and make you suffer because he knows he cares about them. And he's got his like little iron beams going, and he's getting ready to kill him, and Superman's holding him by the neck, and he could snap, and he's trying to tell him stop, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
And the guy's like never, and he snaps his fucking neck.
Dude, just
and
the
he's
way-
like, and he falls down, and he like screams because this is Superman. He doesn't believe in killing, and he literally just killed the last person of his whole race.
Exactly. I think that was the main thing. Like he killed the last tie that he had to Krypton.
He never believed in killing.
Yeah.
Killing.
I don't kill.
Killigans.
I will not kill you.
Are you Swedish?
I'll have a Killians instead.
You sound like a Swedish man. But it all ties together because you think like, okay, he just killed the last person of his race. He just committed a crime against somebody. He murdered somebody. And then you think back to what his father, Kevin Costner, had said when Superman was younger and he'd saved that bus full of children. He's like, what should I have done? Should I have just let him die? And Kevin Costner says, maybe.
Yeah.
So he's like, maybe for the greater good, you should have let that family die. So that's all going through his mind, and he just conveys all that emotion when he's like screams.
And I totally forgot to mention this in the other review. Sorry about that. Kevin Costner was my favorite character in this movie. Like,
100%.
Dude still got it. 10
Fuck
pounds.
yeah.
What's
he,
up?
He rocks them Lees.
Dances with wolves.
He wears them jeans, and you're like, fuck yeah, Kevin.
And the tornado was badass.
Oh
dude.
god, it was
The
Twister
tornado
times
was
50.
insane. Dude, that was like, it was.
Damn it, Joe, is that what you think it did?
You've never seen it miss this house and miss this house and come after you.
After that,
Me, Joe. You got me.
and then his wife's on the phone like, I don't know.
Your penis is not a battering ram or whatever it was.
We got cows. Yeah, but the whole thing, that whole Twister, like again, special effects go back how great that was. But you're like, I want to see Bill Paxton again.
I want to do that, dude. I want you to come out one day and when I'm rescuing somebody. I'm rescuing the dog, and you're like, I gotta go get Mike.
why you
If
do
there's
that?
a giant tornado behind me, I want to do that. I just want to be like.
That whole scene, and when Kevin Costner, he gives his life, basically Jonathan Kent, Superman can rescue him. Clark Kent is under like an underpass and with all these people, and he's getting ready to go rescue his dad because he sees the Twister coming towards him, and you can see Kevin Costner like gives that look, like no, because I don't want you to expose yourself. So
Yeah.
he lets him die, and he screams and shit. It's just so fucking.
And it's so much more epic than what they did in the original.
Oh, I
one.
know.
Because in the original one, it's just like I'm home from school, and he's walking around the bar, and he's like.
Well, I think that actually did happen in the comics. He really did that.
I know, but this was more badass.
Oh, I know. And
They can make shit better. It's okay.
let's see, Hans Zimmer. Let's talk about the soundtrack.
Oh, bam.
Epic fucking soundtrack too. I mean, epic's just gonna become a word that we're gonna use all the time. I'm gonna go to the epic bathroom, and I'm gonna take an epic piss, and then I'm gonna drink an epic beer, and I'm gonna make an
Epic beer drink.
and I'm gonna make an epic face. Oh, but whatever. The fact is, the way they handled the music in this, soundtrack-wise, and they didn't go back to the original Christopher Reeve. That's a great soundtrack. John Williams, I think that's who did it. He did a great job. But this is so, it's so updated. It's so so catchy and fresh. But it really feels like a 21st
That's a fresh
century.
beat, yo.
But it makes itself as a character in the movie. Like it really becomes so like great, and throughout the whole thing, you're like that music is so fucking great.
And one of the few things that's bad about this movie is that there's no Easter eggs, guys. There's nothing. There's no Batman. There's no shit.
Justice League,
And you know
anything.
this if you're watching this, but that was so disappointing. We waited all the way to like the end of the longest credits of all time.
Oh, God.
Everybody had a fucking assistant in this movie, so we had to go through the entire thing. And then all of a sudden, when the Warner Brothers sign comes up, you hear.
Yeah, you heard something.
It was like a baby that cried.
But there was somebody was like,
oh shit,
yeah, and then,
ready, and then it was like blackness.
I know, and you're like, fuck. maybe that was the Easter egg. Like,
But you were pissed because you couldn't walk out to like epic Hans Zimmer.
Oh my God.
Because you know how you feel when
Yes.
you walk out of a movie and you like walk out and the music's playing behind you. You just feel like badass and awesome. We weren't allowed that.
I know, that's so fun. Because when you stand up at the end of the movie and that music was so fucking fantastic, you just wanted to be all like, dun, dun, dun. And just like walk down and like look around like, you guys know that I have sexual powers, right? You know that. And I really don't, but I'm going to say that I do, and I'm going to act like I do, because that's 1 second. You get 10 seconds to walk down that ramp and be a superhero. 10 seconds. But anyway,
darkness
so
that
yeah,
is.
that sucked. So there's no Easter eggs. What else is there? Lois Lane and the Lois Lane Clark Kent angle. I'll go ahead and tell you about that really quick. The reason why I didn't like it, but I mean it's not bad, is Lois Lane basically already knows who Superman is. She finds out based on rumors and speculation stuff. She hunts him down. She finds him because he rescues her at one point, and she wants to know who he is. But that doesn't even make sense because she's like, my mystery man. And then she's like, well, his background check was stupid, and then he falsified his name. How the fuck did you even know who he, to start? How did you know to start? But I guess maybe because she was looking for all these wild, crazy stories about this one guy.
I don't know, man. It's hard to tell. There was a couple of plot holes in that, but I didn't mind it just because I like Amy Adams so much. And
yeah.
what I mean by I like Amy Adams so much is that I want to have sex with her on multiple occasions.
I want to do it to you.
But no.
But yeah, so the whole
I want to
thing
be Mark Wahlberg in The Fighter and like take her down on that shitty mattress. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Well,
And
you
then,
take her on a
and then
dinner.
my family comes over and she gets in a fight with my sisters. That's
How
like
about
a
that?
dream scenario.
You know that whole scene in The Fighter. You know that fucking bed had bed bugs. You know it did.
Oh.
And she's like, oh shit. Okay. But yeah, so I mean, the whole thing with Amy Adams, like I said, she knows who he is. She tracks him down. They kind of get a relationship going, and I thought that was kind of rushed, the relationship, because it was kind of like, I love you. They didn't say that, but it was just I get how they did it because there was all this epic shit going on, and they kind of fell in love with based on that.
But for me, it was okay because you had that one scene where he's getting. I think he was getting ready to go do the Battle of Zod or whatever, or something like that, and they were standing out there in the desert or whatever, and they just looked at each other, and it was kind of this like look between them of, I know we don't know each other that well, but
I know, I get that,
I'm totally into you, and we're gonna do it later. And then that kind of just set it right there for me because you know, I mean, relationships can come out.
Is that how you met your wife? It's like, I'm totally into you. We're gonna do it later.
That's what when she makes me dinner, I'm like,
do it. That's the disgusting.
That's creepy, actually.
Okay, so yeah, and you know it goes along, and Clark Kent makes an appearance finally with the glasses on, and he is redesigned. The Clark Kent outfit and the way he's wearing like jeans and he's riding a bicycle and he's got like a satchel bag and he's walking in. But now to see the thing, let me give okay. The whole Zod. The whole thing with Amy Adams though is she basically introduces him to the Daily Planet as Clark Kent, as the
He wants
reporter,
to keep, yeah.
a new reporter. So she already knows who he is and shit like that. I kind of didn't like that, but that's whatever.
I like it, dude, because in every fucking superhero story, they've always got to go through this whole big diatribe and storyline about how, oh, I can't let her know who I am because I have to protect her. And it's just like, that storyline's just been done so many times. I like that they just got it out of the damn way. Lois Lane knows who he is, and we don't have to worry about that storyline anymore because it's been done.
Well, the thing, yeah, and I get that. I get that they had, like I said, I'll go back. It's kind of, I'm torn between it. I don't like it necessarily because I am a traditionalist to a point. And I like the way they had the Clark Kent diet, like the whole relationship between Clark Kent and Superman and how he changes and does different things. But I get that they're trying to update it and they're trying to make it different and fresh. I get that. For me, super identities, like I just like to keep the identity secret. Yeah. And I understand it's kind of a running joke. It's kind of a running joke for all time since the comic book was published. Like, how come Lois Lane, who's supposed to be this Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter and working at the Daily Planet with all these other journalists and the editor-in-chief, who's a great journalist as well, can't figure out that it's Superman wearing glasses.
Yeah.
That you just can't figure that out. But
yeah, it's kind of dumb. But I mean, and you get the sense that he's going to be able to pull off Clark Kent well. I wasn't sure about Henry Cavill because he's just so just straightforward actor. He's not going to be in a comedy. I don't think he has that kind of range. But he's perfect for Superman. So I didn't know how he was going to play that bumbly Clark Kent in a Nolanized version of Superman. I don't know how that was going to work. But with the short scene they showed you get the sense it's like, okay, maybe this is going to make sense a little bit.
Yeah, and so it was still good. I mean, and Russell Crowe was great. I mean, Russell Crowe was in it a lot more than I thought he would be, and that was okay, I guess.
never liked it though, even in the original, dude. I know it's from the comic books or whatever, but I never liked it that Zod that Jor-El is around after he's dead.
Yeah, well, the
it's
thing
just like,
I get,
I'm a hologram, but I can
their
react in real time. That's,
well, their technology is so advanced. It was like Xbox 55, but the better version. But it was like, another thing. Like I said, he was in it a little bit too much, but how he's put on, like he's basically an AI in this now. He's not like a hologram, but he's more of an AI than he ever used to be in the original ones. In the original Reeve version. But it's like they took all the crystals out. Did you notice that? There's no crystals. Everything has like these little computer chips, like this little thing. You see it in the trailers, it's like it has a big S on it.
Yeah.
That's like the data chip or the command chip with Jor-El's like personality and shit on there, and he can put it in whatever.
it's a human junk drive.
Could you imagine in the future one day for us to have that, and then you could just plug it in your TV and play like the next like PlayStation? Like, yeah, okay, that's fun. And then I don't know.
Real, but do I not feel?
And that was another thing. I love to see all the they actually showed you some of the technology from Krypton. You know, you get like about 20-25 minutes on Krypton, and you see all their like advanced
Very
technology.
Halo-ish.
Yeah, very Halo-ish. And the only thing I also kind of that I didn't mention in the non-spoiler review, but it kind of detracted for me was also not that it was bad. I liked seeing the actual revolution that they mentioned in Superman 1, that Zod was leading this revolution against the planet, and they showed that Zod and him were friends. Jor-El and Zod were friends, kind of, and so you get to see a little bit of the revolution. But I wanted to see a little bit more, and it just seemed like it happened so fast. Like it was like Zod's like, Jor-El, you know, come with me and be on my team, and we know we can save this planet together. And you know, I just think that Jor-El and Russell Crowe played it so much like Maximus Aurelius. He's like, I will honor the man that you used to be. It was just like that was cool, and I liked that, but it just didn't last long enough. And I know they only got so much time to play with, but still. And then it's just like, you know, Zod tries to stop Russell Crowe and whatever his wife's name was from sending Superman away, and then it's like he can't stop him, and then all of a sudden he's arrested.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that was quick.
Yeah, and they did that. I mean, maybe that's why so many people are pissed, because they had to do so much stuff quick, but they covered such a large scope.
Yeah, it was hard to do.
And they did it all so well, and I'm thankful that they carved out a giant chunk of the movie just to show the fight. That fight was badass.
Fuck, dude, I forgot.
When Zod sheds his clothes and he's like, look at me.
Oh, you know what he did that when I watched the second time? He did it to show that he was able to master flying.
Oh, okay.
Because he said, I've trained all my life to be a warrior, and I've mastered all my senses.
Dude, that
and
shit
he was just like, and he like strips off all his fucking armor. Because at first, with the sun's rays, he was having a hard time adjusting to all these powers he was getting. But because he was born to be a warrior, he like does it and like strips all of his armor. He's like fucking lifting like this and flying. That's when Superman's like, fuck this shit. There's only one flying man, and that's it. And then he whoops his ass. But like, I don't know. Like it was great. And that's another thing I didn't get though. Basically, they said in Krypton, they've harvested their own planet's core, so they're gonna die. They've exhausted their natural resources and whatever. But what they've done now is they've genetically engineered all these Kryptonians, and that's the way they've lived all their life. And Kal-El is the first natural-born birth on Krypton, and so Russell Crowe puts all the genetic information into his cells, and that's why Zod wants him. He wants to kill him to get their cells and basically build the new Krypton on Earth.
Yeah.
And that's why he wants to take it over. I just didn't
rebuild Krypton.
But I didn't get that because like they showed earlier that they had been sent out in the universe, and then they had started making colonies and stuff and expanding. But then he's like, then they introduced artificial population or control. Why would you do that? You're already expanding. You've already got different colonies and worlds.
I don't know. You dorked him one over my head.
I know. Well, I'm just saying that was in the movie.
I'm just saying.
And then another thing at the end of the movie, when like basically they launched Superman's ship that he was born or came into at the main ship, the bad guy ship, and it creates a singularity, it creates a black hole. How did they know that?
The shit that it came into.
The shit. I shit my bed. Yeah.
It's because you said came in, not shit.
Oh, I saw you said shit. But they launched it at the big ship. And I was always wondering, dude, how the hell did they not know that black hole was going to contain itself? It was actually going to just stop. Remember, they're like, oh, create a singularity in the middle of the sky, and then everything's going to get sucked in, and then it's going to go away. You literally just created a black hole in our atmosphere, and it didn't, and it just stopped. And he was like, yeah, it's like, I'm tired.
It's like, oh, that was that black hole.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
But yeah, no, I don't know how they're gonna make a sequel to this, man. This movie, they fucking laid it all out there. Like, I mean, what happens other than Doomsday? I don't know how you can get more epic than this. This movie was so epic. The fight was so epic. They already trashed Metropolis. I mean, it's fucked.
Yeah, it's over.
So is the background to our video.
I got it.
Yeah, we got it. But you know, so we both give it a 9.5. We love the shit of this movie. Best special effects of all time. The acting's great from top to bottom. It's a badass superhero movie. And if you don't like it, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. If you don't like it, that's cool. I don't get it. I don't get what's wrong with it.
Stay tuned for the sequel, Man of Titanium. You gotta get better. You gotta get better than steel.
Yep. So, question of the day is, if you guys seen this, what was your favorite part of it? What is your rating for it? Tell us. Comment below. I know you guys have thoughts on it.
Yeah.
Comment below.
Do you like this updated version or do you like the re-version?
Oh God, it's this one, dude. This is my second favorite superhero movie behind the Avengers. For sure.
Okay, guys.
I'm Mike. He's Jay. We'll see you guys next time.
See you, dude.
We watched a movie. Yeah. We watched a movie.